So for research, I've been playing a lot of Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door recently. You know, purely for educational purposes. I did this to get the type of flavor that this game leaves in players' mouths. What I mean is, how does the gameplay make me, the player, feel? Does the game feel smooth? Are the controls easy to understand? Are there any subtle aspects to the gameplay that make it feel good to play? Through my research, yeah, it's research, shut up. I tried to dissect what makes a pseudo side-scroller like Paper Mario such a good game to play, and why I fell in love with the game in the first place. But before I delved into all the creamy nougat that lies at the center of this game, you know, what makes the controls feel good, and all the little aspects that make the simple gameplay fun, I had to create something that I can work off of. Now, when I first started this project, I didn't know anything about Unity, and I definitely didn't know about C# coding. So to kick things off, I had to turn to my boy Brackeys on YouTube. He was definitely helpful in my learning of Unity and the basics of C# coding. Through his teachings, I firstly created a simple movement script of the player character. Using the character controller as the basis, I succeeded in moving my character around using a PS5 controller. I knew from the get-go that players needed a controller to play the game, as using a mouse and keyboard isn't really optimized for the type of gameplay I was going for. Next up, I created a simple script that attached the gameplay camera to the player. However, as you can see in this shot, the camera does behave a bit differently as it moves ahead of the player a tiny bit. I did this because due to the nature of the gameplay, being a pseudo side-scroller and all, players don't really get the sense of where they're going as opposed to a first-person game or even a over-the-shoulder third-person game. So to remedy that, having the camera move ahead just a tiny bit based on character movement proved to be more useful than I originally thought it was going to be. And with that, voila! Which is French for... and then I finished making the basis of the gameplay. I think. I can't speak French very well. Now that I've gotten the basics of gameplay, I decided to focus on making the game world feel just a little bit alive, even though it's still a fetus basically. One of the fundamental concepts of an RPG is the ability to feel immersed in the world, you know, to roleplay. So the next concept that I needed for Project Fire was the ability to talk to people. But first I needed people. But as you can see here, the player is nothing more than a capsule. This will go on later to be animated sprites that I made in Clip Studio Paint, as you can see here. But for now, I'm content with just the capsule. Using Brackeys again, and a little bit of improvements through my own coding, I implemented a simple system that allows for the player to talk to NPCs. At this point, the narration was merely a way for me to tell the story of Project Fire and some lore that I've written for the world. Funny thing about this dialogue system is that it kinda shaped the way I saw the player character, who is now called the Knight. Due to the limitations of this early system, the Knight would never reply to questions that NPCs asked, and that would lead to conversations to basically turn awkward. So I figured that would be part of the Knight's personality. You know, the stoic, quiet hero.
Everything that makes it successful is exactly what makes it dangerous. It's a feature, not a bug.
But this wouldn't stay forever. As time went on and the system evolved, the Knight would be able to reply to characters with a simple yes or no. I would use the basis of the system to implement other features such as quest acceptance and traveling to other areas, but that's a topic for another day. All in all, I think I got a foundation for something that could become, well, something. I'm really looking forward to working in Unity to create this game.
Now, of course, they're not actually dead yet, but they are doing everything in their power to put themselves in the dirt. They are bent on self-destruction and nothing will stop them. It's like a scene out of 24, with Jack Bauer interrogating a terrorist and they're doing everything they can to take the cyanide pill to end it all. That's Unity as a business right now.
Unity.
Oh, well, okay then. I don't know, maybe I'll work in Unreal from now on? I don't know. But until either I learn Unreal or something changes with Unity, I'll just continue making videos of what I've done for the project so far. Don't get me wrong, I'm probably gonna still be working on this, but at this point, I'm not so sure if I will be using Unity. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I don't know. But anyways, thanks for watching and all that, and I'll be doing more devlog videos that show some of the other aspects of this project, and maybe a deep dive into some of the more juicy systems like the dialogue, or whatever, I don't know. Or maybe I'll tell a bit more about the story that I came up with. I have no idea. Well, anyways, thanks for watching and tolerating me, and I guess I'll talk to you later.